Elijah thoughts here. Let's talk about Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson, the press conference that just happened on Top Rank. Um, okay, so I noticed, y'all tell me if y'all noticed this too. I've been watching boxing for a minute, for a long time, and I noticed that Shakur Stevenson, man, in these press conferences, he'll check your temperature. He'll check your temperature, and that's just a slang in the hood, man. To just let me see what you got. Let me get away with it. Let me see what you got. Let me get away with it. And if you let me get away with it, I'ma punk your ass. I'ma punk your ass. I'ma bully you if you let me get away with this. Not saying I won't fight you if you don't, but it's gonna be even worse. Like, you know what I'm saying? And what I'm talking about is in the press conference, and he's done this before. He did this to Jamel Herring and Shakur Stevenson. He grabbed Oscar Valdez belt, the green belt, WBC belt. And I noticed that Oscar Valdez, even though he looked a little uncomfortable to me, y'all tell me what y'all think when y'all watch it, but he looked a little uncomfortable. He did grab Shakur Stevenson's belt back. And that's a good sign. People don't realize this. They think that's small and, oh, you're thinking too much into it. Nah, man. Nah, when somebody checks your temperature, you got to make sure you check theirs back. Or you got to make sure you stop them from checking your temperature. You know what I'm saying? So I noticed that with Shakur. I noticed that with some other boxers too. I saw Terrence do it to somebody before. He did it. Terrence Crawford did it to Jeff Horn. He checked his temperature, and Jeff Horn didn't do shit. And you saw what happened in that fight. He got bodied. He got bodied. So when somebody checks your temperature, you gotta respond well, or it's gonna be a problem. And I do like that Oscar Valdez. He did pass that temperature check-in test, if you want to call it that. Let's call it that. He did pass that test, even though he looked a little awkward to me at the end. He didn't look too comfortable with the whole situation. You could tell Shakur looked comfortable. He looked authentic. He looked like, listen, I'm gonna bully you. But he responded well. Oscar Valdez responded well. He grabbed his belt like, oh, you touching my belt, my prize and possession that I worked hard for. I'm gonna grab your belt too. And that's how you respond to it. That's how you respond. The way Jamel Herring responded, I didn't like that. But just focusing on Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson. Oscar Valdez responded well to Shakur checking his temperature. Is that going to help him in the fight? I highly doubt it. I think he's still getting bodied. But he did pass that test at the press conference. And, at the end of the day, we're men. We're men. Whether he gets bodied or not, he did pass that test. As men, if another man checks your temperature, if he tries to disrespect you, you respond accordingly. And that's what Oscar did. So I do like how he responded. So as a matter of fact, let me, throw this in real quick. Speaking about checking temperatures, I don't know if y'all remember when Anthony Joshua went against, who was it, Andy Ruiz. I think at one point in a press conference, he let Andy Ruiz hold all his belts. That's like giving your temperature away. Like, here you go. Here's my temperature. And you saw what happened in that fight. He got knocked over the side of his head with a right. And I think he got hit with a left too. Anyway, man, y'all see what I'm trying to say, man. At the end of the day, we're men. Even women. Hey, if a woman checks your temperature, make sure you pass that test. Check her temperature. So Oscar Valdez, he passed that test. It's going to be a good fight on Saturday. Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez for the WBC and the IBF, I believe. It's either the IBF or the WBO belt. Either way, it's going to be a unification match. My pick is Shakur Stevenson by stoppage. I think it's going to be a TKO. I don't think he's going to knock him out cold. I think he's just going to beat him to a pulp to the point where the referee the referee is going to stop it or they're going to throw in the towel, you know, because most of his fights, let's keep it real, he comes forward. And that is all bad for somebody like Shakur. Like Shakur, you coming forward like that, he's going to tattoo your face up. So I see him getting stopped, I must say, by round 9. I don't think he makes it past round 9. And his face is going to look like the bottom of his shoe when Shakur is done with him. That's my thoughts on the situation. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Tell me if you agree or disagree with me. Hit the like button. Subscribe. If y'all like this video, share this video with a friend. Elijah Thoughts here. That's all I got. I'm out of here. One.